Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. So glad you're here to kick off another weekend with us. Pam and Scott join me on today's show, and we're helping you get through the heat of summer down at Walt Disney World with some thoughts on dining, where you can make some better choices when it comes to your dining reservations, where you won't feel so bad when you walk out of the restaurant and then hit that awesome heat of Florida down at Walt Disney World. This is basically a cautionary tale of the bad choices we've made over the past 20 or so years. You know, Liberty Tree Tavern in July, not a great choice. It's better in January. You know, Whispering Canyon, the Big Skillet, so good, but it's different in the heat of July. So we're going to give you some awesome things to think about when it comes to making those dining choices in the summer at Walt Disney World. Don't forget, today's show, always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details this weekend over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys make the show possible, so a huge thank you to you. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPod.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2705 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. So glad you're tuned in with us. We're going to have a good time talking Disney over the next 40 minutes, and we're headed down to Walt Disney World today and talking dining and helping you survive the heat of Florida in the summer. So where can you dine, have a great meal, and not get the meat sweats over the summer and all that stuff? I mean, I'm telling you what, Pam said it best. This show is going to turn into a cautionary tale over the past quarter century of all the things we've done wrong on our summer trips. All the trips to Liberty Tree Tavern in July have been like, God, it was a good meal, and that was the worst decision of my life. This is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to come up with some good ideas for your dining locations over the summer. There are some better choices that you can make. We're going to try to find one or two of those over the next 40 minutes of just talking Disney and hanging out with you as you're on the treadmill, running around your neighborhood, walking the dog, or doing the dishes. We're just glad you're here and hanging out with us. So joining me today, it's my buddy Scotty G from Must See Adventures, which you need to check out on YouTube once you're done with the podcast today. Scotty G, what's going on?
Happy Friday. Happy to be here. My weekend is a little less stressful than last weekend. No graduation, no band awards, no open house. We are done with all the high school stuff now. So on the college we go, and yeah, I'm ready to talk dining. That's one of my favorite topics.
You know what's going to happen this weekend. There'll be not a touch of wind this weekend.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be no wind. And yeah,
that's how it goes.
I mean, I'm having like stress. Just anytime a wind comes by, I'm like looking around like what fell, because, you know, 75% of my decorations just kept wanting to fall on last Saturday. But that's okay. It's all good.
The sail away. I'm just already seeing it. You're going to have PTSD on the sail away because it's always so windy when the wind blows. Yeah. I'm buying you a drink first thing when the horn blows.
Please do.
Yeah, I will. I promise you. It's going to be good. Oh, my gosh. Also joining us, we have Pam Forrester, co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, which I'm super excited got to hang out with at Walt Disney World this week. What's up, Pam? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of travel for me. This does not end until probably the end of summer, maybe. It'll slow down for a little bit before it kicks back into it. So that's just how some years are. Some years have much more travel than others, and this just happens to be one of those years. We have new things happening, celebrations are happening, maybe a new ship coming sometime later this year. You know, a couple actually, a Royal Caribbean one, a Disney one, lots of good stuff happening. So
I'm super stoked for the Destiny. I'm curious. Like at first I wasn't as excited for it, and as it gets closer, I'm super Excited because it's going to bring new opportunities for new folks to discover cruise line, because with the Marvel connection and just because the treasure won me over like immediately when I got on it, because Scott and I kind of talked about this on Sunday night show. We had a lot of Disney Cruise Line questions, calls. We had a lot of discussion on it, and I've talked about how I rank the ships. And every ship's going to be different for everybody, right? And the Wish is just not my I know, Pam, it's like your favorite. You love the Wish. The Wish is not my favorite ship in the fleet. One is the Trek thing, but the Treasure's the same way, and I like the Treasure just because of the theme. But when I got on the Treasure, I loved it because it had so many nods to the theme parks. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, like for a theme park fan, this is like perfect. Like, and it won me over. And I think the Destiny, I don't know. Like, I'm curious as to how it's going to present itself, because what I'm seeing with like the Lion King connection, and that was one of the movies I really liked when I, that hit like right around, I was in high school, and it was so big. It was like a phenomenon. Right. And I don't know, like, I think it's, besides the Marvel, I think it's going to, I think I like it. I don't know. I'm curious because I'm not a Spider-Man fan, and that's got a connection. I'm not a Marvel person. I'm curious.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of different things, I think to think about with your cruise thing, but I wanted to mention, because you brought this up because I wasn't here the past week or so. Did you talk about the save up to 30% offer on cruises this summer?
We did not, because it dropped between shows. This is the first time we've been back together since that came out, because that was like a weird timing kind of drop there, because it's only a few sailings right on the Wish in August and September, so it's not like hugely fleet wide.
Well,
but
it is. It's June 20. Like, there's sailings June 27th through August 29th on the Wish on the 3-night. Mm-hmm. There's 4 nights on the Wish June 30th through September 1st. Then there's 4-night Halloween cruises. There's some sailings on the Magic. There's sailings from Fort Lauderdale. There's sailings from Barcelona. Then there was the certain guests get up to a $250 onboard credit too. So anyways, it was worth bringing up, because I honestly have not seen anything like this in terms of Disney Cruise Line savings for, I don't know. It's been years and years. Like, when have we got a save up to 30% and get an onboard credit from Disney? When's the last time there was an offer where you get an onboard credit from Disney?
I know. You get one from us too with the Magic for Less.
I know. Boom. So you can double stack those. So anyways, I just wanted to say it's worth it for those of you, like I've been telling the agents, it's not too late to make summer great, but it isn't too late to make summer great, because there's some pretty good sailings on that. So.
And I can't wait to make summer great on the Magic in 30 days. So
right?
That's going to be happening for us. All right. So let's talk, though, dining, so we can jump into some of the better choices we can make at Walt Disney World this summer, because you're headed down, you have to eat. And dining is part of the fun at Walt Disney World. We know that here on the show, that, you don't just have to eat corn dogs from Casey's, even though that's a good meal, because you can sit there and watch the world go by, Main Street USA, or, fend off the ducks, which not a bad thing either. But where are some of the better places where you might get a lighter meal, or you can catch some AC? I mean, obviously you can catch AC anywhere, but maybe if you want to dine outside, maybe there's a place where there's going to be a breeze or a better time. I don't know. What do you think about when you think about dining outside? Because, I mean, we were joking, like Liberty Tree Tavern is a great meal. I mean, we all agree, like Thanksgiving food, great meal. But I mean, we've all eaten there and then walked out in July and been like, what did I just do to myself? Like, there's a reason Thanksgiving's in the end of November in the United States, right? It's cold. Like, it hits different. And the 4th of July, it's like, oh, I can't walk around a theme park at this point. So, Scott, what are you thinking, like, first thing as far as dining in the summer and trying to kind of balance out the heat and still having a good meal?
I mean, I just think of, like, air conditioning.
True that. Exactly, yeah.
And someplace where I can sit down for, like, a long time, too. So, I mean, you gave me this topic. I started writing down some things. I have a couple of counter service because I like that, the balance. But one thing that came to mind is a signature restaurant that I love. And I think Pam might have put it on here too. So I'm stealing it right off the bat, because I know her and I both love
it's a competition.
Her and I love the side salad from this. She put it on her master's menu, and that's Citrico's. Like, I think that's a great summertime place. Like, the decor is like summerly, kind of summery to me, with the Mary Poppins Returns vibe, and it's just so light in there. You get nice air conditioning, and you can just get a nice meal with the salad. There's great drinks. There's some lighter options too. Maybe you get a fish or something, there's a nice soup too, but I mean, there's still nothing wrong with having some soup in the summertime, but I just feel like Citrico's just spells out summer to me. I don't know why, but it does. Just, it might be the light coloring in there too that might do it for me.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, decor does kind of lend itself when it's bright and light, and like you said, good salads and good, like fish and those kind of options leave you feeling a little bit better when you walk out of there rather than like clam chowder. I mean, soups are fine, but yeah, it hits differently in July.
It does. It does. The colors are so light and airy in that restaurant, and I think just the overall theming really makes it, someplace that you feel like you can just go there, and meals take a while there, so that's a good thing too.
It gives you some extra time in the AC for sure.
And we've all done this like as groups, right? I mean, because we've been together many times before, like podcast cruises as a group, and I mean, we've tried to stretch meals out as long as possible because we've been, at Epcot on 4th of July. We're like, dude, get another refill on your soda or something. Like, we got to stay in the air conditioning because we've been at Chefs de France on the 4th of July or where have you. We're just like, we just got to soak it in as long as we can because we're so hot. It's 100. I think it's like a record-breaking day outside in World Showcase. Like, please let us stay. And we've all been there, right? I mean, but I think I got like Salisbury steak or something that night. I mean, it was hot. I got a steak. I got a big fat steak and potatoes, and then walked out in World Showcase. Bad choice. It's also what you order too. I mean, it's 100% what you order. Yeah.
You do have to take responsibility for your own
I'm
choices.
an idiot. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Dumb. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, I go to Olivia's and get buttermilk chicken. I mean, that's terrible, but it's so
There
good
could
I
be
can't
some
help myself.
personal responsibility playing into this.
Yeah,
Whatever.
This is on you if you order the wrong thing. 100%. So, Pam, where are you going? Like to enjoy something?
So when I was thinking about this, there were a couple of things that came to mind. But for me, the Boathouse came to mind because they have a lobster roll. And for some reason, that just like says summer to me, right? Like cold lobster on a yummy roll with, it's like all that. And I have gotten this here at the Boathouse, and it is full of lobster. If you're a lobster person, like, I swear they must be like shoving it into that little roll. They're like, push it down in there more. There is so much lobster in this. I was just blown away. And we have had, the past couple times we've eaten there, we've had the best service. In fact, the last time we were there, I wish I could remember the guy's name. I'm sure I have it written down on my phone somewhere, but he made my dad a cappuccino, and he said he was making it just like his mom made. And I thought, okay, yeah, just like his mom made. Okay, yeah, sure. That came to him, and I have heard about this cappuccino again and again. And in fact, the next day when we went to the Magic Kingdom, he says, my dad says, I'd like to get a coffee. I'm like, a coffee we can do. He's like, a cappuccino. I'm like, where do you think you are? Like, we're in a theme park. The dude from last night is not here. So anyways, but he said it was one of the best ones he's ever had. So was just a great experience. We always have a good time there. I think that another thing is the menu is extensive there. So just about everyone can find something that they like to eat. They have a raw bar for those who are into that. They have great oysters. They ship them in daily. They have so many good seafood options. There is something about their little fries that are really good. I'm not typically a French fry person, but there's something about their fries that are good. So it's a great location, and it's in Disney Springs, easy to get to, easy in and out. Park at the Lime Garage, and you can be right there.
I think the atmosphere alone just makes it a summer place, right?
Yeah.
Because
I
you
agree.
think about
It's like
the
Yacht
boat.
Rock. It's like the Yacht Rock headquarters or something.
It is the Yacht Rock headquarters, exactly. You go to that shop, like
Yes.
you walk out of there and you're like a captain all of a sudden.
Exactly.
You are.
But
You absolutely are.
and on I feel like, I know we're talking like hot July, like it gets hot, but sometimes you can still get a breeze off the Sassagoula there. So even like eating outside there, you might think it's crazy, but they have that great bar out there, and like you can catch some good breeze out there too. So I think it was the first one I wrote. I didn't think anyone was going to take it, but of course Pam did. So, but yeah, sign me up. The Boathouse, it's the ultimate place to eat in the summer.
Well, kind of a tip too, and this is ironic coming from me. It's 100% ironic, which I'm about to run into with the podcast cruise. We're on second dining. I've haven't slept in a month already thinking about this because, dude, 8:15 is way crazy for me considering I eat at 4 o'clock. I'm like, whoa, dude, I almost go to bed then. So anyway, but I mean, if you wait to eat, till 7:30, like you say, I mean, you can dine outside and it starts to cool off a little bit, and you can catch a breeze a lot of places. I mean,
and a breeze. Yeah,
I mean, if you catch a breeze, it's these places set up.
And Boathouse stays open till like 11 or midnight. I mean, they have some late ADRs at Boathouse too.
They do.
I can't believe so these places have these way late ADRs. I'm like, who is getting an ADR like 10 o'clock at
Homecoming
night?
has late ADRs too. Like some of the Disney Springs locations really have some late ADRs.
Yeah, I'm doing that on our trip because we're taking like a later flight out, and I know we're gonna be hungry. So like, we're gonna have like 11 o'clock dinner. Let's just do it.
Nice.
Wow.
So like, well, on your like arrival or when you go?
Yeah, on our arrival day. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything like reserved, but like I'm having that in my back pocket.
Yeah,
I follow the Panforza rule. Like you don't make an ADR on your travel day, because you never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
Nice.
It's true.
Now, see, I've never been to this place I'm going to bring up, but I'm hearing good things. It's Summer House on the Lake. Again, Disney Springs. Are you guys? Have either one of you guys been there
I
yet?
have not been there yet.
So I actually went for the first time to get the cookies, and I've heard mixed reviews on the cookies. Okay. Well, let me tell you, I had a cookie. I'm trying to think what it was. Oh, I got an almond cookie that was yum. Like really good. Steve got a scotchy, an oatmeal scotchy. Like it has like butterscotch in it and stuff. I thought it was really good too. Our friends got an iced pink sugar cookie that looked really good. So this is what I've had there, and it made me think, okay, well now I want to go there to eat. Everyone around, like people coming out, were like, we had a good meal here. So, and I looked at the menu; it's pretty extensive.
Yeah.
I think that there were, I mean, it's not like I didn't feel like the prices were like the same, were more than the Gideon's cookies. So anyways, we were happy just based on the cookies. I would eat there.
Well, too, I'm looking at the dinner menu there, and it looks like, because what I'm thinking of, like for, in the summertime, you could get something there that's not going to kill you, like you could grab like an ahi tuna and watermelon tostadas. They have salmon poke nachos, shrimp cocktail, and they have, pizzas. Pizzas don't make you feel super heavy. Like, I mean, get a pizza. They have, margarita pizzas. Margarita pizzas are kind of right down the middle for me, like not super meaty where you feel, margarita pizza is kind of like, it's not your total cheese pizza. It's a little bit, a little bit better to me. It feels a little bit better, but they have like, they got like chips and guac, which I'm all about the Mexican food, so give me that. But they also have lots of different kinds of salads too. Like they have a Cobb salad and stuff like that. So you could go there, and then they also have tacos. But if you want to get crazy and get something heavy, they do have pastas, and then they have their comfort foods, their burgers and all that stuff. So you could get heavy and make bad choices. But what I would do is go, get some chips and guac, maybe a tacos or maybe a pizza. And then think about it. Just walk around Disney Springs and get an ice cream somewhere, because you got, what's that ice cream place they have at Downtown Disney and
Salt and Straw?
Salt and Straw.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
they have
one.
both places. I mean, do that, get a kind of a fun ice cream there, make it a night, or just walk around and have a neat dessert somewhere else. So,
yeah, those salmon poke nachos are calling to me now. Now that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want to
Because
have.
the thing is, I think, the trick for the summer, I think, is to not like stuff yourself, is to kind of just like go a little bit at a time, just like eat some here, a little some here, a little some here, just kind of pace yourself. I think is kind of the play for like when it's super hot, maybe. I don't know, possibly.
Yeah, I'm the odd person out on that. Like I don't change what I do.
I don't either, Scott, dude.
That's so
Because I'm
funny.
like, oh, I should have waited. I should have stopped. You'll see it.
That's why my answer. If that's how most people are, then my answers aren't going to be very relevant in this case. But
I'm trying to think. My grandpa always said, "Do as I say, don't do as I do," and this is exactly one of those shows. I'm trying to pretend. So what else you got? Go ahead.
my worry is always the heat, about just being in the heat. So I want to go somewhere where I feel cool. Like I'm still gonna, at this next restaurant, I'm still gonna order the steak. Like I still might get the French onion soup, which sounds ridiculous in summer, right? But I want the atmosphere. I want to be cool. And there's something about the Be Our Guest restaurant. If it's in the middle of summer and you go in that main dining room and you see snow,
That's true.
and I think it just like it messes with you, and you just like feel like you just cooled off so much. So I think that's a fun restaurant to visit. I think in summertime, because you're seeing like the snow atmosphere. Now, I looked at the menu. It's very heavy food, right? I mean, you got your filet, you got a short rib, I think, is on the menu.
Yeah,
But
and
you
you're
get
getting 3 courses, right?
I know it's 3 courses. I know, but and it's not like you can like share it with someone either, you know. So,
No.
maybe go with a chicken or something, or like an eggplant. You know, you can switch it up a little bit and not go as heavy. But I just think there's something fun about summertime dining and seeing snow. I like that idea. So I'm gonna go
So,
with Be Our Guest.
Scott's our cautionary tale for today.
Well, that's really what this show. I mean, the cautionary tale is like we've all like. I mean, Whispering Canyon, you know, in July,
Yes.
dude. It's, I mean, it's 100% of our listeners are like, dude, I booked Whispering Canyon for my trip over the 4th of July. You're gonna have a great meal. I'm just saying, but that skillet, you're
Going to
gonna
Le Cellier on 4th of July. I'm just saying.
You're gonna love it. I've been telling you because I know our listeners are like, dude, you're killing my vibe for my ADRs right now. Mike and Scott and Pam, you're bringing me down. No, you're gonna have great meals. It's gonna be awesome
For sure.
Just for like an hour, you're gonna be like, oh, what did I do? But then you'll get past it and you'll be fine. It's just we've been there.
Don't schedule your lightning lane for Rock and Roller Coaster right then. Like, do it for like the Little Mermaid attraction or the shows.
That's what the shows are
or-
for. Carousel of Progress is perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Pam, what else you got?
All right. So another place I was thinking of when I thought, all right, where do I really want to be when it's hot out? And I thought, well, how about space? Because hello, space. It's a good. And we actually just did this in the lounge recently. And we're able to, we didn't have an ADR for the lounge, and you can make it for the lounge, but we just went there as soon as it opened, and we were able to go up and sit at the bar, and we did that. And we had the best time because we had a fantastic bartender. He joked with us. He talked to us about the different drinks. And Hannah and I got a drink that was made, it was a espresso martini, and guess what it had in it as the garnish, Mike?
I don't know. Something looked like Sputnik.
Astronaut ice cream.
Oh, sweet. You know what? That stuff tastes terrible, but I'm glad it was in your drink because we always had
I
that at
always
space
have liked
camp.
astronaut
Have
ice
you
cream.
really?
I don't know
I
why.
think it tastes terrible. Like
Yes.
everybody bought it at space camp and everybody ate it. And I always thought it was like this tastes like a turd, but
Well, this was actually the astronaut ice cream sandwich.
oh,
So
that's better.
it made-
Yeah, this was like it was supposed to be kind of. It was almost like those balls. What's
It's
that?
freeze
Dippin'
dried,
Dots.
yeah.
But it was not good. I think it was because it was so old that they sold it at space camp. It was like a decade old. Like they were just trying to pawn this off on the kids. They made us eat it. I'm like, this stuff is terrible. Oh.
But the great thing about the lounge is they have their own menu of items, and then they also, you can order from the main menu too if you would like to. And we just got a few appetizers. It was perfect. Everything we had there was really good. And I think it's just kind of a cool restaurant. If you haven't been, it's absolutely worth a try. I mean, you won't be alone in trying to get it. It's one of the toughest ADRs to get. But give it a shot. We really like it. It really is a whole experience. I mean, you go up into space, you get to see that whole process while you're eating. You can look out at the screen and see different things happening at the space station that is behind you. So it's a cool location and a cool place to eat. So.
And mine is kind of like that. This place I can never get in. But we used to take the kids here all the time in the summer. It's sci-fi over at the studios, right? Because it's got the same thing, right? It's super hot outside. You got it on there. Yeah, exactly. Scott had that on his list. Because like when the kids are hot and they're getting crabby, you take them in. I mean, honestly, the kids would almost fall asleep a lot of the times because you get in there, it's cool and it's dark. And you get to sit in the little car, which is a novelty. It's just fun. Like, it's a cool little place. And it's not super fancy. You can get a cheeseburger and fries and a milkshake, which is my jam. Like, not everybody needs the fancy food. That won't kill you. I mean, it is kind of heavy. And you got to be careful in that park because there's so many bad choices to make after a meal at the studios, right? There's too many. You got Tower. You got Rock and Roller Coaster. You got Slinky Dog. Dude, you could get on Star Tours. Dude, that's a death trap after a meal. I mean, Smuggler's Run will wipe you out. Rise, probably okay. What else would mess you up? Alien Swirling Saucers are probably a bad idea. There's so many bad rides for after a heavy meal at the studios. Totally mess you up. I've probably done it.
Gotta go watch a show.
You do. But I mean, after dinner, most of the shows are over.
That's true.
There's not a lot of
Just get in line for Fantasmic then.
Yeah, exactly. Probably, yeah, but I eat early. I'll be standing in line for 3 hours. But anyway, yeah. So
luckily, you have some new shows at the studio.
Thank God. Yeah, just in time. We're saving you. Exactly. But I mean, yeah. So you go over there for dinner. I'm just kind of scanning their menu here real quick and see. But I mean, crispy onion rings, dude. That's a temptation because that's a bad choice in the heat. But God, you got to get them there. They're so good. Those onion rings. They have chicken wings. I'm just reading but they have a wedge salad. So if you want to do as you're supposed to, the wedge salad. If you want to be in pain, get the chicken wings and an order of
I guess I don't understand it. Maybe it's just like I'm just a weird person, but like I don't understand the pain thing. Like I can eat anything any time of year.
Dude, you're 10 years younger than me. I used to 10 years ago I could eat anything. I can't anymore. I'm paying the piper at this point in my life. But yeah. They have but it's fried chicken cordon bleu sandwich. Dude, I love a chicken cordon bleu sandwich. And so they have burgers, barbecue burger, that kind of stuff. Hot fudge.
I do
Sunday.
like though. I mean, the reason I had it on my list too, because like you were saying, it's just like it's so dark and quiet in there. Like
it puts me to sleep. I mean, honestly, I like the trailers, but it's so calm. Like it is calm.
I know it feels so good on a hot day. Like I've been in there once on a hot day when it was like a thunderstorm too, like because you could hear like the rain just like blasting the building. I was like, man, I'm so glad I'm in here right now. It was the best.
It is, and I like those old trailers, but the AC hits like nobody's business in there, and it's dark.
It's
and
so good.
You just get in there, just like, oh my God, it knocks you out. It's just like, oh, it feels so good. And it's just, it's comfort food. It is comfort food. So
I like it.
I like it. All right, Scott, give us another one.
So this comes from like experience. Like one of the hottest I've ever been was in the early days of the pandemic when they first opened up the park and we're touring. It was the middle of summer, July, got the masks on. I was just like dying out there. I'm like, we need to get out of Magic Kingdom and go somewhere. So we took the boat over to the Grand Floridian and we went to Gasparilla Island Grill. And so I just remember this moment. The second I walked in there and that AC hit my face, it was like a life-changing moment for me because like I seriously thought I was a goner at that moment in time. And that just felt so good. And I think it's a great place to go in the heat. I mean, the AC just blasts like no other in there. And the menu is good. Talking about like your salads and your sandwiches and stuff like that. I mean, you can get a burger or like a pulled pork sandwich or something in there too. But they have a lot of different sandwich types. There's some flatbreads that are pretty good too. Get a light dessert. I love this like cheese, like not cheesecake, like a strawberry something. I can't remember what it was. Like I remember I had them like 3 times one trip. But it's like a really light, like summertime treat. But I think it's just a great counter service option to get out of the heat and just relax at the Grand Floridian.
That's a good idea. So I'm going to jump in with mine real quick this round because it's kind of like yours. What's the name of the new place, the Polynesian Tower? Because I can never pronounce it.
Wailulu.
Wailulu. Because that has that kind of outside, inside seating that's covered, right? And they're going to have those like Asian inspired dishes are lighter. You know what I'm saying? I think those are perfect for the summer. Something.
They're kind of hot too, though, when you eat them.
Well, a little zing. They got a little zing to them, right? But I mean, something like things like it's like sushis and stuff like that. They're going to be like lighter. They're not going to be fried. So anything where you can avoid fried foods and like super heavy foods, I think that'd be a great option for the summertime when it's hot. Because like you're right there, you're kind of outside, but you're covered and you got like fans blowing on you. I think it's a cool vibe for this. I think it's a perfect setting for the summer. You're right there on the beach. I think that'd be a great summer location. And it's kind of the new hot thing too. So I just add that because when you said that, like I think having those striking distance places in the Magic Kingdom, because when the Magic Kingdom in the summer is fun, but man, you can't stay in that park the entire day in July. You got to pop out like over to the Contemporary, Grand Floridian, Polynesian, something, Wilderness Lodge. Take a boat, take something, monorail, just get out for a little bit, get some AC. So what you got, Pam?
Agreed. And I was sort of thinking along the same things because I have Kona Cafe as my next one down. And I was specifically thinking of the sushi there because they have an extensive sushi menu. They have probably about, I don't know, like 8 different sushi options at least for that. But they also have a couple of different poke bowls. They have a tuna poke bowl and a rainbow poke bowl. Wow, say that like 8 times.
Right?
But they also have a burger and a turkey banh mi, which are, the turkey banh mi is, a sandwich that has all different kinds. It has turkey breast and bacon and a pork pate, but it's like this really fresh sort of sandwich that I think is a good option too. And the other great thing about being at Kona is then you can get either a coffee either there or at the little Kona Island there too. There's lots of good stuff to eat there. So lots of good choices there. And then you can pop down and get a Dole Whip right there at the Polynesian.
Yes.
So lots of good stuff happening there at the Polynesian to get.
Let me ask you guys this, because I'm not a coffee drinker, but like iced coffee in the summers, like that's the thing, right? And so like, where's the best places on like property? Because like, where would you say is the best places on property to get iced coffees?
I mean, those Joffrey stands. And
yeah,
the Starbucks are good too. Yeah.
Agreed. I think most places that have coffee are going to have a cold brew or an iced coffee option now, just because it's so popular. And especially since they've sort of expanded the menu to include, some kind of specialty drinks, a lot of times you'll probably see a lot of them offering that as a choice too. So
it's sometimes you get a boozy one too.
That's true. Very true. So, yes. And the other thing is a lot of them, the Joffrey stands too, offer different kinds of iced tea as well. They usually have like a mango and a peach, and depending on whatever festival or event they're celebrating, it could be some other specialty one as well. So, really like getting those too.
Yeah, iced tea hits really good when it's hot. Like that. Because iced tea isn't great when it's cold in the wintertime, but iced tea, like sweet iced tea, especially in the summertime, good stuff. That's the only time I have it really in the fridge. I will drink iced tea in the summer.
For sure.
All right, Scott, give us another we got for the summertime dining.
All right, so I recommend staying away from the chili and the tomato soup here in the summertime. But there is like a nice grilled chicken sandwich. There's the patty melts, but the reason I'm picking Beaches and Cream at the Beach Club is because you can get the ice cream afterwards, right? Like, there's nothing more summertime than some ice cream. So, you go a little lighter on the entree, right? You get a salad, maybe you share the salad, or, you share a patty melt. I just love the patty melt there so much. That's why I keep saying it. But then you get a nice little shake or a little sundae. Now it might it's obviously going to fill you up, but it's just like refreshing. It's good. It just spells out summer and the vibe in there too. Wow. The new Beaches and Cream is just so loud in there.
It
like,
is so loud, dude. They could not make it louder. They're like, how can we make this acoustically miserable? Like, just let's make this the hardest surface place in the history of the world, and let's.
I miss the old layout for sure. The smaller, it just felt homier, cozier, but it's still nice in there. You got fun artwork in there. It just spells out summer when you're there. So like, I had to go at Beaches and Cream as a good summertime spot.
That's a good call. I love Beaches and Cream. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But man, that floor is hard. The walls are hard. The ceilings are everything. Like, it's so loud. And then bring out a kitchen sink, man. Get the light going. Woo woo. But
it's fun in there. It's summertime.
Fun. It is fun. It is wild. This is like, I'm getting old. It's so loud. But yeah, that's a good call. Pam, what else you got? Because my next one's like it's like it's half of it's good and half of it's bad. So I don't know what I should say about my next one. What you got?
Well, do your next
okay,
one.
so mine's the Boardwalk. Is it the deli now? It used to be the Boardwalk Bakery. What they change the name to? Is it the deli or the cafe or I can't remember what they called it now.
I don't remember
it's
either.
It's the Boardwalk place. They changed the name. It used to be the Boardwalk Bakery. But it's on the boardwalk, right? Because it's got all those good little sandwiches, right? And those sandwiches, some of them are really savory, and they're good. And they also have all the little sweet treats, too. I love the coffee cake in there, or the crumb cake or whatever. But they have good sandwiches and little sides you can get in there, which is good when it's hot. But here's my issue with it. There's nowhere to go to eat it. Like, if it's hot, you're going to have to sit out on those picnic tables right out there on the boardwalk, which is great if it's a nice day. But if it's 100-degree July afternoon, dude, there's nowhere to go. So I like the food options there because I like a good sandwich on a hot day because I think, that's a good way to not have fried food and have something that's really good because their sandwiches are I've had them. They're really good, but no place to eat. You got to take it back to your room or maybe take it up to eat it up in what's the name of their little lounge?
The
up
Bellevue
there?
Lounge?
Yeah, the Bellevue. That'd be a good place just walking up there, and because that's always calm and quiet. I do that. It's a little bit of a hike, but you
The
can do
Bellevue
that.
Lounge.
It
That
is
background
actually-
loop.
Oh,
Oof.
100%. Yeah, great. But yeah, no seating in there. So that's what I said. All right, Pam, what you got?
So I was thinking of the Crêperie there in France. So for those of you who have been there, there is an outside location where you can just order crepes and then eat them there. But they also have a sit-down location. You can make an ADR there, and you're going to find that they have a salad, soup. They also have galettes, which are like the buckwheat crepes that are sort of the more savory ones. So they have all different kinds of those. They have like ham and cheese, and they have like a chicken and with the cheese sauce and whatnot. They have a vegetarian one too that is like goat cheese and walnuts and honey, which are really good. And then they also have the dessert crepes, which are going to be all the ones that they'll have like the berry one, but they also have a banana one, and they have the Nutella one, and they had last time we were there they had one that had peaches, and I think almond or something like that. So that was really good. And the other cool thing about this location is they sort of have a prefix menu, but it's not a heavy one. You get like a salad, a savory crepe, and then the galette, and then the dessert one too. And it's actually a really good deal if you look at it. I think you get a glass of champagne with it too. So that's a fun thing, but it's sort of a fun place to eat because it's just a lot. You don't usually have crepes here. I mean, that's not something that's readily available, at least where I am. So it's a different kind of thing too.
If you brought that up around here, nobody even know what you're talking about. I'm just saying. So, and it's funny though because I never hear anybody talk about that place. Like when it first came out, everybody was talking about it, but I haven't heard like even on like in the clubhouse, like I've not heard anybody mention that place in 6 months.
I know,
like
and I think it's a good option. I really do. It's different, and the crepes are really good. We really enjoyed it the last time we were there. So
would you recommend the sweet or the savory? Like if you had to get one?
Well,
Or
if you're
just- is
getting
it
one
your-
for the meal,
you
you
get
want
one-
the
yeah.
savory.
Savory.
Yeah,
That's right.
and they do have lots of different choices there for that.
Sorry, checking in for my flight. All right,
But you
Scott.
gotta do.
You're checking in for your flight.
You've got
Aren't
to
you back
do the
home now?
dessert one.
Oh yeah, I'm back home now. I'm refreshing like I'm buying concert tickets. Ooh, I got A group.
So
We're
I'm gonna go
rocking.
with one because
Go ahead.
yes, it kind of goes with your one at the Polynesian there, Mike. Like I know it's summertime, it's outdoors, but when you're at Geyser Point, man, you can catch a nice breeze from Bay Lake there, and I just love being outside. And I know like in Michigan, like summertime, yeah, I'm gonna be outside as much as I can. So maybe not so much in Florida, but Geyser Point has some nice, refreshing options. There's some good salads there too. I mean, you can get like a bison burger if you want to, but I like some of the lighter options that they have on the menu there. You can get a nice, cool cocktail while you're out there, and I just like you can enjoy that breeze. You're sitting outside. They got fans going on too, so you are feeling some cool air coming through there, and that's a summertime vibe to me. Like you're on the water, having a drink and a light meal. Hello, that's like actually like my number one spot, honestly. Like that's where I want to be in the summertime.
I do. There's something about that place in the summer, right? Because we've had some great, especially when you sit like in those couches along the perimeter of the bar
yeah.
there. Oh my God, that's a great nighttime, especially like when it's a little bit later too in the summer.
Yeah, you want it to be later. I mean, you don't want to do that maybe like at between like 11 and 5. Like stay away from that time necessarily, but like as the sun sets later in the summer. But as it's starting to get darker, like that's going to be the spot you want to be for the rest of the night, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree with that. And we've had some, and kind of with another one that I have kind of along those terms. We've had like some late night meals at Olivia's, but on the patio. That patio late at night that's an elite like summertime meal. Now you got to watch what you order, but you can get a burger, and I always get the buttermilk chicken. It doesn't bother me. Like the buttermilk chicken doesn't kill me, but it's like one of those things where if you sit out there, they have the big fans. There is because it's a breezeway is what you're sitting. You're sitting in that breezeway where people are passing. like you said, you got the water, you got the boat dock of people coming and going from Disney Springs. People are going from goods to go. Again, we've talked about that so many times. That patio seating at Olivia's is one of my favorite places anywhere at Walt Disney World, because you see people coming and going from the buses, from Disney Springs, getting their stuff, they're staying there. And you get to kind of just passively hear people talk about their days. You see grandparents walking with the grandkids, and it's almost like watching a live Disney commercial, like happening in front of you. You see people come with their, their balloons from the Magic Kingdom from a busy day there, especially late in the day. There's and you got you can kind of hear the background loop of the resort, but there's something about Old Key West.
I just love that whole area in general.
Yeah, it's just
at night.
It's elite.
Like with the lights lit up, if you're over by the gurgling suitcase even too, like I just love sitting on those like little picnic tables that they have out there, like on the Sasagula. It's just a happening spot, especially at night and in the summertime too, because like you can still be comfortable. I mean, you're going to be dripping a little bit of sweat, but it's still nice. It's better than it would have been at 1 PM. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you're sitting at that table. There's fans on you. You can get a drink. Just sit down and relax and enjoy a nice meal. You're covered. You got fans on you, and it's not as bad as it was in the Magic Kingdom at 2:00 that afternoon. You're kind of coming off the peak. All right, Pam, give us one more. We'll call it a weekend.
So this one I thought was sort of unique, but would be a good location in the summer, and that's the dine-in theater over at Disney Springs, because you can catch their movie theater. You can get food. I mean, you can always get food at a movie theater, right? But it's not just popcorn and nachos and things like that. You can order actual food and sit there and watch your movie. And I thought that would be a great thing to do in the summer. It was just like, it's just something you can do outside of the parks. I think a lot of kids would get a kick out of it. Our movie theater doesn't typically sell food like that. Like, it's not a dine-in theater. The one that we typically go to is. There are a few in the area, but not like this. And I think it would just be a great excuse to see the latest Disney movie, like maybe Lilo and Stitch, and maybe the next one, Mike, that we're not sure about. Elio.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, whatever it is.
That we never heard of. Yeah. Yeah, and right. I mean, they always have the advertisements outside for that. I've never done that. Scott, have you done that? I think it's called like a Fork and Screen or something. I mean, it seems like.
So I watched some movie. I've been to the theater there. I've not done like the meal down there. I've done that here in town though a couple times. It's kind of cool. Like they just come up to your seat and like start serving you food. Like, it's kind of wild. Like, oh, like can you bring the restroom here too? Because I'm like drinking all the soda or whatever.
That's just a wild idea. Because like I'm just used, like, I don't go to the movies very often, but I used to. Like you get popcorn and you smuggle in your candy and like you munch on it while you're watching. But like having on a full on meal, like right. I mean, you having like you having like potatoes and like I don't know, like chicken or something during the meal. I mean, is that how it goes?
I do have a little problem with it. It's just a Scotty G thing though. It's just like I hate hearing the sound of like other people like snacking and eating. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to watch a movie and like
that's what I think.
Like, even with the popcorn, the guy next to me is going like constantly. Like so that's like I'm really like conscious of that like during the movies like for like myself. So like it feels kind of weird like I'm gonna be as quiet as I can as I eat this.
Exactly. I think that's how you would want to be in a movie. I mean, that's polite. Like, I just wonder how, like, the mechanics of how this all goes down, right? People are, I mean, if you got a chicken or something and you're trying to eat it with your utensils and, you're like, like.
That's why I gotta go to a movie that's maybe like 20% full and then just be really spread out in the theater, right?
Right. It's got to be insane though, because there's got to be waiters and waitresses like deliverance. I don't know how this works. Like I'm kind of curious about how that would all go down. And if you order something wild, that's not easy to eat. You're totally in the dark. I mean, you bust out your flashlight on your phone to see like, oh my gosh, I don't want to choke.
Maybe they figure where your mouth is. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's hard enough to eat at San Angel Inn in Mexico. It's so dark in there. You eat whatever they serve you. You don't know what you're eating, but it's all good. It's just trust.
Yes, I get it. I get what you're saying. I don't think they're getting anything like too crazy. I think it's burgers and wings and salads and pizza, stuff like that.
I'd be a mess if I tried to eat wings.
Cutting up a steak or anything.
No.
Okay. I haven't seen the menu, but I am curious. So I'll check that out sometime. Be fun. All right. So Let us know how we did over in the clubhouse. You guys always do. We appreciate that. So come on over and join us, BeOurGuestPodcast.clubhouse, and add to the conversation, what did we leave out? What are some great places that have some lighter options, maybe some good options to get some AC to avoid the heat for dining this summer down at Walt Disney World. But thanks for joining us today. And don't forget, we'd love to help you get to your favorite Disney destination this summer and throughout the year. Just swing by themagicforless.com. We'll help you plan that trip to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, sailing with Disney Cruise Line, even seeing the world with Adventures by Disney. So check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Just click through that when you do that online shopping. We appreciate that so much. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys make this all possible. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. It's patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can give us a follow on the social media. I'm at beourguestmike on x.com, Instagram, and Threads. You can follow Pam at TMFLT Pam in those spots. And Scott is at Epscott, EPSCOT. But Scott's got must-see adventures going on over on YouTube. So, Scott, real quick, what's happening on the channel this weekend? You got a new video coming soon?
Yeah, well, we're going to be in Hawaii. It should be our third day. We do a Diamond Head hike, hanging out at the ocean. We go to the famous Duke's restaurant there in Waikiki, so you'll definitely want to check that out. It's a fun episode for sure. There's a fun little surprise that happens at our breakfast, too. I won't spoil what it is, but like a special guest just popped out of nowhere. It was kind of fun. Someone we knew just out of nowhere just popped up, so.
Nice. So check it out. Again, Must See Adventures. Like and subscribe this weekend while you're hanging out. Show it to the family. All right, so we're going to jump out of here. We'll see you Sunday night for the live call-in show. Give us a holler. We'll be talking Disney, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch, wherever you want to tune in, we'll be there. So join us for that. So for Scott and Pam, I'm Mike, wishing you a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.